Okay, so we all know how to Google a person, place, or thing, but there's something called a secret Google search operator, a secret search operator that's going to help us find things faster. And we have Crystal Washington, who's going to help us figure out what those secret search operators are. She's a social media strategist. And Crystal, where do we begin here? How do we use these, I guess, to our advantage?
Right. Well, most people think of these. Well, actually, most people don't think of these at all. They've never even heard of them, right?
It's like a secret agent or something. Like it works for the CIA. I don't know.
Well, and they probably use these tools as well, right? But what we have to keep in mind, though, is at the end of the day, while it helps us find things online that we normally wouldn't probably have access to, the most important thing is it's an efficiency tool. So everyday people can use them in business or sometimes even at home to get information very quickly.
Okay, so what are they then?
They're pretty much little advanced things you can add into your Google search to help you get very precise information.
Okay, so the first one is a wildcard search. How do we do that?
Well, I'll get on right now and actually show you how to use different ones. The first one is called a wildcard search, and that uses the asterisk. So let's say that you have someone and you want to find out what their email address is. I'll use myself as an example, okay? Maybe you're on LinkedIn, you know the person's name, you know the company that they work for, but you want to find their email address. You put Crystal Washington in parentheses, and then next to it, in parentheses, you're going to put a wild card, that asterisk, at, and then whatever the company's website is .com. So my website's actually crystalwashington.com. But if there's a Crystal Washington working for a Shell Oil, it could be at shell.com. When you push enter on this, you're going to notice it's actually going to give you some results so that if the person has ever had a reason, you can actually scroll down and see, to have their email address listed online, you'll be able to find their email address very quickly.
Okay, so quotation marks, right? And then the name, and then the asterisk, and then at possibly what the email address could be.
The companyname.com. So if the person's ever had a reason to be have their website on or their email address on the internet, then here's your
that should work for you. Okay, the next one is file type search. What is that?
Oh, this is a really fun one. So maybe if you've ever needed to find a membership roster or any type of sensitive information, maybe a vendor listing, maybe pay listings for people at a company, sometimes you can find that too. You're going to do something called a file type search. So you can search Google looking only for specific types of files. The juiciest information lives in Excel sheets. So how do we do this? Like, for instance, let's say that I wanted to find, I'm a speaker, so MPI Dallas, Meeting Professionals International Dallas members, right? So what I want to do is I want to get that juicy information. So now what I type in at the end of my search is file type, colon, and an Excel sheet is XLS. You could do a PDF, you could do a Word file, whatever you want. Once I enter that in, it's going to give me listings, and I'm not going to click on this to show people's email addresses, but if I were to click on this first one, I could actually download an Excel sheet that has a list of all the members, the dates they joined, email addresses, company information, everything.
Okay, and then finally we have source search.
Yeah, so maybe you want to find information by a specific source. What you want to do is, let's say that you're interested in getting information on the Twitter IPO, but you want to hear what Forbes has to say about it. So I can do site, colon, and then Forbes.com. I only want to know what Forbes has to say about it. Well, now I can find all these different articles that Forbes has posted about the Twitter IPO.
All right, perfect. Thanks so much, Crystal. Hopefully we'll save you some time there and you can do some investigative work of your own at home.